Rick, have you had time to identify what your primary focus will be early on besides getting to know your staff?
Yeah, Corbett, I think that early on we'll try to identify areas of immediate need that present us with risk or opportunity and address those. Beyond that, I anticipate taking the first 90 to 100 days to really learn more about the institution, my staff, the community, listen, and do a greater assessment before we begin to embark on major changes. One of the things that we'll want to do quickly is make sure that we're taking advantage of all the opportunities that present themselves with the upcoming football season and fall sports seasons to capitalize on a great home football schedule and 7 games here in Dallas this year.
Somebody else? Just say your name and who you're affiliated with.
Steve Lansdale with Pony Fans. You hear coaches talk about the advantage of having a parent who was a coach or a player who had a parent who played that position. How does having a father and granddad who were athletic directors affect your career path, and how will it impact your position here at SMU?
Well, I hope one of the benefits of being a third-generation athletics administrator is that it really has been a way of life for me. And so I've seen it from all angles. I've seen the profession and industry evolve quite a bit from the days when my grandfather was in athletics. He was a college football coach and then got into administration and was later a conference commissioner, and that used to be the track. And certainly that's not to suggest that you can't do that any longer, but it's become much more complex, much more business-oriented. And so it's evolved a lot, but I've been able to witness that evolution firsthand. I think the other thing that benefits is, I have not only my contacts in the industry and direct experiences, but also it's not unusual for me to reach out to some of my father's or grandfather's contacts throughout the industry to get, multiple perspectives or to try and learn something that maybe I can't access directly through my own experiences. So I think those are some of the ways that it can benefit both myself and the department.
Right over here.
Stephen Hawkins with the AP. Can you just talk about taking over the program in a state of transition, obviously an exciting transition to the Big East, and talk about what your expectation is for that and taking over now to prepare for that?
It's a tremendous opportunity. You only get to do this once, Stephen, so it's exciting. And again, I think I mentioned in my remarks, I sense from the community that there's a willingness to support this program and an eagerness to support this program at levels that have been unprecedented, in part because of that excitement as we transition into the Big East Conference. So I think it's important that as a staff and as coaches, again, we're communicating so that we can take advantage of what those opportunities are and be proactive about how we approach that transition.
Another question? You want to do a follow-up?
Sure. What are the initial challenges you anticipate moving from an FCS school to an FBS school?
I don't know that I anticipate any challenges specifically to that part of the transition. I got a lot of questions the other direction when I transitioned from Oklahoma to Chattanooga, so I understand that it's natural to ask that. But I think the scale and scope may be different, but there are a lot of similarities. When you're an athletics director at the Division I level, regardless of which subdivision it is within football. So the bigger challenges, I think, are, for me personally, relocating my family. I think the conversation we had with the kids the other night was probably the toughest thing I've done in my life. So, you get through that, you feel like you could take on anything. I'm not sure what else could be presented to me that would equal that challenge. But we're excited, and I very much look forward to coming to Dallas, learning more about SMU and ways I can help us, again, use athletics to advance the entire university.